There are some things out there that seem impossible to separate. My childhood trauma from my current anxious attachment issues, and more notably, lead and rhythm guitar. So today we're talking about lead and rhythm guitar. I'm using a tool called Moises AI. This is really exciting because we can take a compressed file and break it into stems. All right, gonna demonstrate all this. You can do this for free. There's a link in the description that'll help you do this for free, and there's paid stuff. But I'm gonna walk you through it because basically, when you have if you buy a song off of iTunes, or if you just have any kind of file that is music and it's like a WAV file or an AIFF or MP3 or something, that's just one stereo file. You can't just remove the vocal or remove the guitar. But the software that we're going to use today is actually going to separate acoustic guitar from lead guitar, or rhythm guitar from lead guitar, and then we can kind of help practice it because there's a lot of case uses that you want to use this for. Alright, so here's a challenge. Let's say you have a piece of music that you want to learn the solo to, or you want to learn the chords to, and you want to do it at your own speed because it's hard to differentiate. I'm going to test this out with my own actual piece of music. You would be surprised how often I forget how to play songs that I've written, or play them in the way that I've done it like previous shows or previous videos, stuff like that. So I just recently did a song where it's acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and vocals and some other stuff in just a video a few days ago. I think this is going to be the perfect example to try this out because I recorded the vocals and the acoustic guitar at the same time. So I do not have different stems of these. Separate stems of this performance do not even really exist, but we're going to see if we can use the software to separate my own voice from my own acoustic guitar playing and also the electric lead part, and then just try to break them up into stems that I can manipulate from there. Let's check it out. So I am at the website right now, the Moises website, and I'm gonna just go to the home page, right? I can click on new, and now I'm gonna drag the file and just drop it right here, okay? So I'm gonna go to next, and what I want to do is I want to separate the vocals from the acoustic guitar to the electric guitar, okay? So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can kind of instruct it on how you want it to separate. So I definitely want to separate the lead and the rhythm. So I'll just take this. Oh wait, hi-fi. We want to go hi-fi because with the Pro account, you actually get high fidelity audio. So I'm just gonna submit that. We're gonna upload it. Okay, now, as I said before, look, it's already done. This is ridiculous. Alright, so I'm gonna click this and process the song. As I said before, I recorded this live, not to a metronome, not separately. I did the acoustic guitar and the vocals live. I even have evidence of this if you want to see my video from a couple days ago. So these are not separate tracks. Even in my own project do I have separation. That's why this is a really interesting thing, because I've seen people use Moises before to separate pre-made tracks, but I don't exactly know how they made it. This one I know exactly how it was made, so I think that's why it's kind of like a cool demo, and to see reverse engineering the entire thing. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Alright, cool. So we are done. Now the way that this is set up, you can see that it's like a mixer. There are mute and solo and levels for each of them. You can even pan things left and right. So this is crazy. I'm so curious to see how all this works. So I'll just play it from where the vocals kick in. Sounds like my song for sure.
Oh, to be.
Vocals are good. Now if I can mute the vocals, that's crazy. This is actually crazy to me. So I want to, let's solo just, so this is what it's perceiving as just the acoustic guitar, right? Which, I want to stress how crazy this is, because in the project file that I recorded this track, I do not have the separation that Moises actually gives me, right? So I've got this, and then I've got the solo guitar at the end here. Let's just fast forward to that, hear how both of those sound together. Lead by itself. That's actually crazy how good that is. That is so clean. I don't hear any artifacts in the lead guitar. So again, this is the only software on the market that can take guitar and separate it from acoustic or rhythm guitar into electric guitar, all right? You can see that because I told it to do 6 tracks, it's kind of like just kind of giving me some extraneous information, like what it perceives as drums, which is really nothing there. But the other really interesting thing is it has a smart metronome, okay? So if we solo this and play it with the lead guitar. So let's add the rhythm. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what's interesting about this is I did not play this to a metronome. This is all by feel, right? So again, a couple things here. Obviously, a very talented acoustic guitar player was able to keep somewhat of a 98 BPM vibe going throughout an entire unmetronome performance. But it's cool that it does that, and it also tells you the key that it's in, all right? And this is really important, which we're going to get to in a second. But I think the main thing about this is just to use it as an Ultimate Musicians app where you can like maybe work on that solo. For instance, this came in great because this is the first... Me and Drea did this song forever ago, right? And I remember the solo sounding something like this, but I did not know how to play it, right? So here's what it sounds like. Okay, so you'd be like, well, why do you really need a metronome? Well, the sections are what's important here, okay? So it automatically detects what the different sections are. You can click on the instrumental solo, and it knows what the instrumental solo is. Now, again, you can kind of see the bars up there of what it, labels it as instrumental solo. The cool thing about this is you can now loop the section, okay? And you can like move this arrow around to kind of make the loop either shorter or longer, or maybe if it guesses wrong, whatever you want to loop, it will loop, and it'll match up with the metronome, so it should be a pretty good loop, right? So we can go through it. Let's take the lead guitar away. And let's take the smart metronome off. All right, so let's play it from the beginning. I'm gonna move the playhead back to the beginning, and let's see if I can remember how to play this song. Again, let's do it with the lead guitar on there. All right. Screwed it up. Harmonies and stuff, right? So maybe I'll do an octave lower. So for me, it's a great way to extract things, audition different harmonies if you wanted to play it, or just play it along. Another really cool thing is you have the BPM here, which is detected as that rock solid 98. I can speed it up, right? And it shouldn't affect the pitch. So again, this is telling me this is in the key of A, which I think that's true. I'll take their word for it over mine. Right? So I'll still play an A. So you can see that the faster you make it, the more it'll start introducing artifacts, so it doesn't sound exactly like the original, but it still maintains the pitch, which is exactly how you would, work on your soloing. So another thing I want to look at, aside from the sections, is the chord chart, okay? Super helpful in learning songs. You could just, like, any song that you buy or have, on your computer, you can plug in here, and it'll give you chord charts for it, right? And it'll do it in real time. So let's say you want to start at, this spot right here. A. Actually, let's reset the tempo. That's really interesting. So this is you can see here that there are different levels of how you want to do this: easy, medium, or advanced. Okay. Now the way that this song is played, it's in the key of A, but there's a revolving root note, bass note. So it's like A, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp. So you can name it, whatever you want. And then it goes D to E. And then it goes G. So eventually there's, G major 7, E. There's a lot of seventh chords and kind of weird chords that go on after that. But it's interesting to me that it's just telling you for an easy version, because again, this is kind of hard to. That's a bit of a reach. So you can kind of just stay on the A. So this is the easy version of that song. A, then F sharp back to A, and then if you were to go to maybe the more advanced version, see, look, now it changes the chords to the major 7s, which is essentially what I change all my chords to. Also, lyrics. Again, I didn't put these lyrics in; it just read them off my voice, right? The lyrics are not totally accurate, but they're pretty close. So amazing that it just has that you could do. Super interesting. And then you can export just like the stems or the pieces of it. But as you can see, like, you can loop sections, you can slow sections down or speed them up to practice along with them, either playing the same thing or maybe auditioning new solos off of it. It tells you the key that it's in, the chords that it's in, tells you the lyrics, and also just breaks down the sections for making looping it that much easier. So I am super impressed with this software's ability just to take, again, what I think of as a pretty challenging thing here, where it's just, I know exactly how this was made, and it was able to kind of split it up. And man, just soloing the lead guitar again. That is so clean and like high fidelity. That sounds exactly like it sounds in the actual DAW project that I used to like record this in. So yeah, actually insane. Definitely make sure to try this out. There's a free version, like I said, that you can download and kind of like use. And then if you want to pay for it, you get all the pro features that I'm using here, which includes like the high fidelity stuff and all that. But like I said, you've seen it. Great way to just take one existing track, super cutting edge new technology that'll just take the acoustic guitar, electric guitar out. And again, like you've seen, there's other videos out there showing you with drums and vocals and all that stuff. Anyways, that's it. Thanks to Moises for letting me kind of try out their software and check it out. Super impressed. Again, I still can't get over how it has done a better job of separating something that was never even separate in the first place. So really cool just using it on my own stuff. Let me know what your guys' experiences are with something like that, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.